My son-in-law kicked me out. I returned with someone he never expected. His face turned pale. The security footage played in stark black and white. Marcus Williams dragging his 68-year-old mother-in-law across his Westchester mansion's foyer by her oxygen tube. "Found my files, didn't you?" he sneered. Blood trickled from Gloria's lip as he hurled her medications into the blizzard. "You're gonna perish here." 6 months later, Marcus raised his glass at a $50,000 plate fundraiser when the doors burst open. Gloria stood there, alive, beside a man whose eyes were eerily familiar. As FBI badges flashed, Marcus recognized his own eyes staring back at him from the son he abandoned decades ago. "Hello, Father," Derek said, holding up a DNA test and foreclosure documents with Marcus's signature. "Mom wants her house back." But that victory was hard-won. Rewind to that January night, when the temperature plunged to 17 below. Gloria Jenkins huddled against the BMW's tire in the driveway, shielding herself from the wind as she watched Marcus slam the door. Through frosted windows, she saw her daughter Tiffany's silhouette, hand pressed against the glass, doing nothing. Security lights cast long shadows across the pristine snow of the 3-acre property, a property bought with money that should have been her retirement. "Mom," a whisper came from the side gate. Zoe, her 17-year-old granddaughter, crept through the snow in pajamas and boots. "I brought these," she said, thrusting forward a bag with Gloria's heart medication, phone charger, and an envelope of cash. "He took your phone. Said you were recording everything like a paranoid old bat." Gloria's fingers trembled, not just from cold, as she clutched her granddaughter's hand. "He'll know you helped me." "I don't care." Zoe's eyes, so much like Tiffany's before she married Marcus, flashed with defiance. "This isn't right." "Mom's too scared to." The porch light flicked on. Marcus's voice boomed across the yard.
"Zoe,
get back inside.
Now."
"Go," Gloria whispered, pushing the girl away. "I'll be okay." But she wasn't okay. At 68, with arthritis crippling her joints and her savings gone, Gloria spent that night in her ancient Honda. The heater ran until the gas gauge hovered near empty. Behind a Walmart, she clutched her phone with 12% battery, scrolling through contacts. No friends close enough to impose on during a blizzard. No family except the ones who had just thrown her out. 3 months earlier, Gloria had been a homeowner in Atlanta. A widow with a paid-off bungalow and a small pension from her late husband's postal service career. Then came the letter for closure.
Impossible.
She'd made every payment. "Move in with us, Mom," Tiffany had urged during tearful calls. "Marcus says we have plenty of room. Just until you get back on your feet." What Gloria didn't know, Marcus Williams had orchestrated everything. The bank error that misapplied her payments. The fast-tracked foreclosure. The development company, his own shell corporation, that snapped up her property for pennies on the dollar. She discovered the truth, by accident. One night while everyone slept, Gloria used Marcus's laptop to check her email. A notification popped up. Mayor Thompson confirms rezoning approval for Jenkins' property. Her property. 3 clicks later, she found herself staring at documents with her address, Marcus's signature, and the mayor's letterhead promising expedited permits once the old lady is cleared out. Gloria wasn't supposed to find out. Wasn't supposed to copy files to a thumb drive. Wasn't supposed to contact the FBI tip line. Now, as her car's temperature gauge dropped with the dying battery, Gloria pulled out the burner phone she'd hidden in her bra during the eviction. The FBI contact had given her this number for emergencies. "It's Gloria Jenkins," she whispered when a man answered. He found out. I'm in a Walmart parking lot. I have nowhere to go." "Stay put," the voice instructed. "I'm 30 minutes out." Flashers on. When headlights finally approached 2 hours later, Gloria was shivering uncontrollably. The car door opened, and a man helped her into a heated SUV. "I'm Agent Derek Calloway," he said, handing her a thermos of coffee. "We need to get you somewhere safe. The evidence you provided, it's bigger than just your foreclosure. Marcus Williams has been on our radar for years." Gloria clutched the thermos with trembling hands. "Why help me? There must be dozens of complaints against men like him." Derek's jaw tightened as he pulled onto the highway. Let's just say I have a personal interest in seeing Marcus Williams face justice. As they drove through the blinding snow toward Philadelphia, Gloria didn't notice how Derek's hands gripped the steering wheel until his knuckles turned white. Didn't notice how his profile, strong jaw, slightly crooked nose, looked strikingly familiar. She would learn the truth soon enough. In her lap, the thumb drive contained enough evidence to destroy Marcus Williams. But what Gloria didn't know, what would change everything, was that the man beside her had been gathering his own evidence against Marcus for much longer. And his reasons were written in his DNA. For 3 weeks, Gloria gathered evidence. The wire, disguised as a medical alert pendant, recorded everything. Marcus's late-night calls about cleaning, money through the foundation, meetings with Mayor Thompson about fast-tracking permits, discussions with Boston Associates about product distribution through medical centers they were developing. Each night, Gloria transmitted recordings through an encrypted app Derek had installed on her burner phone. Each recording tightened the noose around Marcus Williams's neck. Then came the knock at the pool house door. Gloria opened it to find a woman in her 40s, elegantly dressed, but with haunted eyes. Mrs. Jenkins?
I'm Vanessa Carter.
The name hit Gloria like a physical blow. Vanessa, Tiffany's estranged sister. The family hadn't seen her in 5 years, not since the explosive Christmas argument at the Lake Michigan vacation home. Vanessa? How did you? We need to talk. Vanessa glanced nervously toward the main house. Not here. Can you meet me tomorrow? The coffee shop on Elmwood. Before Gloria could respond, headlights swept the driveway. Marcus's Bentley. He can't see me, Vanessa whispered, backing away. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. It's about Zoe. She disappeared into the darkness, just as Marcus's car door slammed. Gloria never made that meeting. At 7 a.m., Marcus stormed into the pool house, holding her burner phone. What's this? He demanded, face contorted with rage. Rosita found it charging in the kitchen outlet. Gloria's blood ran cold. It's just a backup phone. With only one contact. He scrolled through the phone. Who's DC? And what's this app that needs a password? Give me my phone, Marcus. His smile chilled her. You know, Gloria, I've been patient. Letting you stay here eat my food while you've been what? Spying? Recording? For whom? I don't know what you're talking about. Marcus stepped closer, towering over her. My security system logs every device that connects to our Wi-Fi, including unauthorized transmissions from this phone. Every single night. He grabbed her medical alert pendant, ripping it from her neck. And what's this? Not from any doctor I know. The mask had dropped completely. No more charming son-in-law, only cold calculation in his eyes. You found my laptop files, didn't you? That night in my office. He crushed the pendant under his heel. Who has the copies? FBI? That bastard Calloway. Gloria straightened her spine. You stole my home, Marcus. Destroyed my life for a parking lot. Business, Gloria. Nothing personal. His laugh was hollow. Until you made it personal. Now pack your things. You're leaving. I'll tell Tiffany everything. Tiffany. Marcus's smile widened. Who do you think told me to check your phone? She found your little thumb drive hidden in your pillowcase last week. My wife is many things, but disloyal isn't one of them. The betrayal stung worse than anything. Zoe will believe me. Something dangerous flashed in Marcus's eyes. Leave Zoe out of this. That girl has a bright future that doesn't include her criminal grandmother. He checked his watch. You have 1 hour to pack. Then security escorts you out. As Marcus turned to leave, Gloria called after him. I saw Vanessa last night. He froze, then slowly turned back. What did you say? Vanessa was here. She wanted to talk about Zoe. The color drained from Marcus's face. For the first time, Gloria saw fear in his eyes. You're lying. Vanessa is gone. Gone where, Marcus? What happened at Lake Michigan 5 years ago? In 2 strides, he crossed the room and grabbed her wrist, twisting until she cried out. If you ever mention that name again, to anyone, You'll regret it more than this foreclosure business. His voice dropped to a whisper. Some people who disappear stay disappeared, Gloria. Remember that. 1 hour later, Marcus personally threw Gloria's suitcase onto the snow-covered driveway as a security guard watched impassively. You're gonna perish here, Marcus shouted as Gloria struggled to gather her scattered medications from the snow. Nobody crosses me, and walks away. From an upstairs window, Gloria caught a glimpse of Tiffany watching, cocktail in hand at 9 a.m., before the curtain fell back into place. Only Zoe tried to help, sneaking out the side door with Gloria's coat and a handful of cash, tears streaming down her face. Grandma, I'll find a way to help you. I promise. Stay safe, Gloria whispered, hugging her granddaughter fiercely. Don't trust anyone in that house. As Gloria's ancient Honda sputtered to life, her phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. Vanessa didn't show for meeting. Something's wrong.
Call me.
Deed at sea. The first night of homelessness nearly killed Gloria. Temperature plummeting, her Honda's heater struggling against the bitter cold, she parked behind a Walmart and tried to formulate a plan. Her pension wouldn't arrive for 2 weeks. Her credit cards, all registered to her foreclosed address, had mysteriously stopped working that afternoon. Marcus's reach was longer than she'd imagined. At midnight, with the car's battery warning light flashing, Gloria finally called the number Derek had given her. It's Gloria, she whispered when he answered. He found the wire. I've been evicted. Where are you? The urgency in his voice was palpable. Walmart parking lot off Route 9. My car's dying. I have nowhere to go. Stay put. Flashers on. 2 hours later, headlights cut through the swirling snow. Derek helped Gloria into his heated SUV, wrapping a blanket around her shoulders. You're hypothermic, he said, cranking the heat higher. Hospital first, then safe house. No hospital, Gloria insisted through chattering teeth. Marcus has connections everywhere. He'll find me. Derek's jaw tightened as he pulled onto the highway. My apartment then. It's off the books. The small Philadelphia, the same locket that held a secret compartment with a micro SD card backup of every file from Marcus's computer. The evidence wasn't lost after all. And neither was hope. February in Philadelphia brought relentless sleet that tapped against the windows of Derek's apartment like impatient fingers. 2 weeks had passed since Gloria's eviction, and the small one-bedroom had transformed into a war room. Maps of Westchester County covered one wall. Photos of Marcus with Mayor Thompson and various Boston businessmen lined another. Red string connected properties, shell companies, and suspicious deaths, including overdoses linked to clinics built on land Marcus had acquired. The pattern's clear, Derek explained, tapping a photo of a silver-haired man in an expensive suit. Patrick Donovan. Boston crime family. They needed legitimate businesses to launder opioid money. Marcus needed capital and connections for his political ambitions. A marriage made in hell, Gloria murmured, studying the web they'd created. The burner phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Library. 4 p.m. alone.
Z.
It's Zoe, Gloria said, heart racing. She wants to meet. Derek frowned. Could be a trap. Marcus might have her phone. My granddaughter is many things, but her father's puppet isn't one of them. Gloria grabbed her coat. I'm going. Not alone. Derek checked his service weapon. I'll watch from a distance. The Philadelphia Central Library's grand staircase was slick with ice as Gloria climbed, scanning for her granddaughter's familiar silhouette. Instead, she found a homeless man huddled near the entrance, who nodded toward the American history section as she passed. Between towering shelves of leather-bound volumes, Zoe waited, hood pulled low. When she saw Gloria, she broke into a run, collapsing into her grandmother's arms. Grandma, she sobbed. It's all falling apart. Gloria held her tight, feeling how much weight the girl had lost. Are you okay? Is he hurting you? Not physically. Zoe pulled back, wiping tears. Mom's worse. Barely leaves her room. And Dad, he's paranoid. New security everywhere. Checking our phones, our rooms. How did you get here? School trip. slipped away. Zoe reached into her backpack. I brought these. She handed over a manila envelope and a worn leather journal. The envelope has your old phone with the photos you took, plus Dad's private calendar with all his foundation meetings. The journal, her voice faltered. It belonged to Aunt Vanessa. Gloria's breath caught. Where did you find this? Under the floorboard in the pool house. Dad went ballistic when he caught me reading it. Said it was creative fiction and tried to burn it. That's when I knew everything you said was true. Gloria opened the journal to a random page. December 23rd, 2018. Lake Michigan House. M threatened again tonight. Says if I try to tell Tiffany about Zoe, he'll make me disappear for real this time. The DNA test doesn't lie. She deserves to know her real mother. My daughter deserves the truth. Gloria looked up, stunned. Zoe, this says. I know what it says. Zoe's voice was steady despite her tears. Aunt Vanessa is my biological mother. Mom, Tiffany, raised me thinking I was hers. Dad's been lying to everyone. Before Gloria could respond, Zoe's phone buzzed. She checked it, face paling. Dad's security noticed I'm missing. They're tracking my phone. She hugged Gloria fiercely. There's an FBI agent named Calloway investigating Dad. Find him. Show him everything. I already have, Gloria whispered. He's helping me. Zoe pulled away, eyes wide. There's something else. A woman came to the house yesterday asking for you. Said her name was Beth Calloway. A shadow fell across them. Derek stood at the end of the aisle, face unreadable. My mother, he said quietly. She's been trying to reach you. Zoe looked between them, confused. Who are you? Derek Calloway, FBI. He showed his badge. And apparently, we're connected in ways I'm still figuring out. Gloria clutched Vanessa's journal. What does your mother want with me? The same thing I wanted. Derek's eyes, so familiar, held hers. To find you. To make things right. He looks like Dad, Zoe whispered, studying Derek's face. Same jaw. Same eyes. We need to go, Derek said urgently, checking his phone. Security cameras picked up two of Marcus's men entering the library. As they hurried toward the emergency exit, Gloria's mind raced. Beth Calloway. The name tickled something in her memory, a college friend of Marcus's that Tiffany had once mentioned bitterly. Outside, Derek ushered them into an unmarked car. I'm taking you both to a safe house. Zoe, your father will report you kidnapped within the hour. Let him, Zoe said defiantly. I have my own evidence to share. As they pulled away, Gloria opened Vanessa's journal to the first page. The dedication made her gasp. For my daughter Zoe, and for the son Marcus abandoned, Derek. May you both someday know the truth. The safe house, a nondescript colonial in the Philadelphia suburbs, felt more like a prison than a refuge. FBI agents patrolled the perimeter while Gloria, Zoe, and Derek sat around a kitchen table covered with evidence. Vanessa's journal, financial records, property deeds, and a DNA test Gloria had found folded inside the journal's back cover. It's true then, Gloria said softly. Vanessa is Zoe's biological mother. And Marcus is my father, Derek added, his voice tight. Beth Calloway, my mother, was Marcus's college girlfriend at Columbia. When she got pregnant, he denied everything, then paid her to disappear. Zoe stared at the man who was, biologically, her half-brother. Did you know when you started investigating him? Not at first. Derek ran a hand through his hair, the same gesture Marcus made when stressed. I became an FBI agent to fight corruption. Marcus Williams kept appearing in my cases, always peripheral, always just out of reach. Then last year, my mother was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. His voice cracked slightly. On her deathbed, she told me everything. How Marcus had threatened to ruin her family if she pursued paternity. How he'd paid her off. She gave me his name and made me promise not to seek personal revenge, to bring him down legally. And then I called the FBI tip line, Gloria said quietly. Your case landed on my desk. When I saw your name, Gloria Jenkins, mother-in-law to Marcus Williams, I knew it was fate. Derek smiled grimly. Or karma. Zoe flipped through Vanessa's journal. According to this, my mom, Tiffany, couldn't have children. Vanessa agreed to be a surrogate using her egg and Marcus's sperm. But after I was born, Marcus fell in love with Vanessa. Tiffany couldn't handle it, Gloria realized. Her sister having her husband's biological child, then their affair. Vanessa writes that she threatened to tell me the truth when I turned 16, Zoe whispered. That's when everything exploded at Lake Michigan. She disappeared right after. Derek's phone rang. He answered, listening intently before hanging up. Marcus has reported Zoe kidnapped. There's an Amber Alert out. His security team told police they saw you forced into a car outside the library. That's a lie, Zoe protested. It's his word against ours, Derek said grimly. And he has Mayor Thompson and half the police department in his pocket. Gloria studied the evidence on the table. We need to move faster. The fundraiser for his city council campaign is in 3 days. Every power player in the state will be there, including the FBI director, Derek added. I can get us in official capacity, but we need something irrefutable. Something even his connections can't bury. Zoe pulled out her phone. Like this. She played a video. Marcus in his office, raging at someone off camera. If you ever mention Vanessa again, you'll end up exactly like her. At the bottom of Lake Michigan with concrete shoes. His voice dripped with fury. You think I won't do it? Ask Thompson how we handled that journalist nosing around the Boston connection. Gloria gasped. When did you record this? The day after you left. He was screaming at Mom. Zoe's eyes were hard. I've been recording everything since you were kicked out. I have dozens of videos. Derek stared at her with newfound respect. You've been building a case. I'm his daughter. I know how to play the long game too. Her smile was chilling in its resemblance to Marcus's. There's more. I found his private safe. The combination was my birthday. From her backpack, she produced a thumb drive. Financial records, offshore accounts, and emails between Dad and Donovan about eliminating the Vanessa problem. Derek scanned the files rapidly. This is it. Everything we need for federal charges. Money laundering, racketeering, conspiracy, and murder, Gloria added quietly. If what he said about Vanessa is true. A heavy silence filled the room. Finally, Derek spoke. We move at the fundraiser. Maximum impact, minimum chance for his connections to intervene. What about me?
Zoe asked.
The Amber Alert. We'll get you to a judge for emergency emancipation, Derek decided. I have a contact in family court who can't be bought. Gloria took her granddaughter's hand. Are you sure about this? Once we do this, there's no going back. Your life will never be the same. Zoe's chin lifted, a gesture so like Vanessa's it made Gloria ache. Grandma, my whole life has been a lie. I want the truth, whatever it costs. As they planned, Gloria noticed Derek staring at an old photograph from his wallet. A young woman with a baby, standing before a Christmas tree. Your mother? She asked gently. Derek nodded. And me. The only Christmas Marcus ever spent with us. He came to tell her he was marrying Tiffany. His finger traced the edge of the photo. He's actually in this picture, just cropped out. Mom could never bring herself to cut him out completely. Family is complicated, Gloria said, thinking of Tiffany, trapped in her gilded cage. Even when they hurt us. Especially then, Derek agreed. Let's bring him down for all the families he's destroyed. The Williams estate buzzed with pre-fundraiser activity. Florists, caterers, and security teams swarmed the property, while Tiffany supervised from a pharmaceutical haze. In the master bathroom, she stared at her reflection. Designer dress hanging from her too-thin frame. Concealer barely hiding the shadows beneath her eyes. The prescription bottle beckoned from the counter. Just one more to steady her nerves. A knock at the door. Mom, Zoe's voice. Tiffany quickly pocketed the pills.
Come in, sweetie.
Zoe entered, already dressed for the fundraiser in a conservative blue dress that matched her eyes, Marcus's eyes. The FBI called again. About Grandma. Tiffany's hand trembled as she applied lipstick. Your father is handling it. Like he handled Aunt Vanessa? The lipstick clattered into the sink, leaving a crimson streak like blood. We don't say that name in this house.
Why?
Zoe pressed. Because she's my real mother? The color drained from Tiffany's face. Who told you that lie? Her journal. The DNA test. Take your pick. Zoe's voice was eerily calm. Did you know Dad forced her to disappear? Or worse, your father protects this family. Tiffany's voice hardened. Vanessa was unstable, obsessed with Marcus. The surrogacy was her idea, a way to insert herself into our marriage. Is that what you tell yourself?
Zoe asked.
To justify the pills? The drinking? Tiffany slapped her hard across the cheek. Instantly, horror filled her face. Zoe, I'm sorry, I didn't mean... Save it. Zoe touched her reddening cheek. I recorded everything you just said. About the surrogacy. About Vanessa. Why are you doing this? Because Grandma deserves justice. Because I deserve the truth. And because somewhere inside that medicated shell, my mother, the woman who raised me, is still there. The one who used to paint and laugh and stand up to him. Tiffany sank onto the bathtub's edge. You don't understand what he's capable of. I understand better than you think. Zoe knelt before her. Mom, help me. Help Grandma. Before it's too late, he'll destroy us. He already is. Zoe pulled out her phone, showing a video. Marcus raging, throwing a crystal tumbler that shattered inches from Tiffany's head. I have dozens of these. Enough for any divorce lawyer to get you everything. The house, the accounts, custody. Tiffany stared at the screen. When had she become this person? What do you want me to do? She whispered. The fundraiser tomorrow. When the FBI arrives, stand with us, not him. A long silence. Finally, Tiffany reached for her daughter's hand. There's something you should know. About the night at Lake Michigan. Downstairs, Marcus paced his office, phone pressed to his ear. I don't care what it costs. Find Gloria Jenkins and that FBI agent. They've kidnapped my daughter. Patrick Donovan's Boston accent crackled through the speaker. My sources say the girl went willingly. And this agent, Calloway, he's been building a case for years. I don't care about his case. I care about my fundraiser tomorrow. Every power player in the state will be there, including your senator friend pushing my zoning bill. Perhaps postpone. Postpone. Marcus hissed. My daughter missing. My mother-in-law making wild accusations? The timing is suspicious. Speaking of timing, Donovan's voice cooled. My associates are concerned about the Vanessa situation resurfacing. Loose ends, Marcus. There are no loose ends. Lake Michigan is very deep. And memories are very long. If the FBI dredges that lake, they won't. Marcus straightened his tie. Tomorrow goes as planned. I announce my candidacy, the donations flow in, and by next year, I'll be in position to approve every development project in the county. And our special medical centers? Fast-tracked as promised. The opioid crisis is very profitable for those on the right side of it. After hanging up, Marcus unlocked his private safe, removing a small black notebook. Inside, every payment, every bribe, every threat. His insurance policy, if he went down, everyone went down. What Marcus didn't know, a tiny camera, planted by Zoe in the air vent above his desk, recorded the safe combination and everything he'd just said. Miles away, in the FBI safe house, Derek watched the live stream on Zoe's cloud account. A grim smile spread across his face. We've got him, he told Gloria. Tomorrow, Marcus Williams falls. The Williams Family Foundation annual gala transformed the estate into a wonderland of crystal, champagne, and calculated appearances. 200 guests in formal wear, politicians, developers, old money families, circulated beneath chandeliers, checkbooks ready to support Marcus Williams's city council bid. At precisely 8:30 p.m., Marcus ascended the staircase to address his guests. Tonight, he began, marks not only our foundation's most successful year, but also the beginning of a new chapter in public service. I'm proud to announce my candidacy for city council. Applause erupted.
Camera flashes popped.
The double doors at the back of the ballroom swung open. Gloria Jenkins stood in the entrance, silver hair gleaming under chandelier light, wearing a simple black dress. Beside her stood Derek Calloway, FBI badge on his belt, and behind them, four agents in tactical gear. The room fell silent. Gloria walked forward, parting the crowd like Moses at the Red Sea. Marcus Williams. Her voice carried clearly. I believe you have something that belongs to me. Marcus forced a smile. Gloria. What a surprise. Ladies and gentlemen, my mother-in-law has joined us. Security, please escort Mrs. Jenkins to the family wing. She's not been well lately. Two guards moved forward, but Derek blocked them. Marcus Williams, I'm Special Agent Derek Calloway, FBI. These men will stand down, or they'll be arrested for interfering with a federal investigation. Gasps rippled through the crowd as Gloria's voice rose. What about bribing Mayor Thompson to seize properties through fraudulent foreclosures? What about your partnership with the Donovan crime family to distribute opioids through your medical centers? Guests recoiled. Patrick Donovan quietly slipped toward a side exit. Or perhaps, Gloria's voice hardened, concerns about what happened to Vanessa Carter at Lake Michigan 5 years ago? The champagne glass slipped from Marcus's hand, shattering on the marble steps. Tiffany stepped forward then, her voice clear and sober for the first time in years. Stop lying, Marcus. I was there at Lake Michigan. I saw what you did to my sister. Zoe joined her mother and grandmother, opening her clutch. And I have something everyone should hear. She pressed play. Marcus's voice filled the room. If the FBI starts looking into Lake Michigan, we're all finished. The last thing we need is someone finding Vanessa's body before the election. The ballroom erupted in shocked murmurs. Marcus lunged for the stairs, but Derek blocked him. Marcus Williams, you're under arrest for money laundering, racketeering, conspiracy. You can't touch me, Marcus snarled. Do you know who I am? I know exactly who you are, Derek said quietly, pulling out handcuffs. You're my biological father. The blood drained from Marcus's face.
Bête Calloway sont? Impossible.
She had an abortion. She lied. Derek's smile was cold. And now I'm taking it all down. As Derek read him his rights, Gloria approached the staircase. You stole my home, Marcus. You threatened my life. You tore apart my family. And for what? Tiffany added bitterly. Power? Money? Was it worth destroying everyone who loved you? Marcus's eyes darted wildly. This isn't over. I have accounts you'll never find. Connections you can't touch. Actually, Zoe said, holding up a thumb drive, I found your black book. Every account, every bribe, every threat. It's all here. As Marcus was led away, face ashen, Gloria felt no triumph. Only exhaustion and a strange emptiness where vengeance had once burned. Camera flashes exploded like lightning as Marcus Williams, handcuffed, tuxedo rumpled, was escorted through his own front door toward waiting FBI vehicles. Society photographers who'd come to document a campaign launch instead captured the spectacular downfall of Westchester's golden boy. Mr. Williams, did you kill Vanessa Carter? Is it true the FBI agent is your biological son? Was the Williams Foundation laundering drug money? Questions pelted like hail as Marcus kept his head down, the practiced smile gone. At the bottom step, he finally looked up, directly at Gloria. You think this is victory? He hissed, too low for cameras. You have no idea what's coming. No idea who you're dealing with. Gloria leaned closer, her voice just as quiet. I know exactly who I'm dealing with. A fraud who built an empire on stolen homes and broken lives. Something dangerous flashed in his eyes. Ask your daughter what really happened at Lake Michigan. Ask her who pushed Vanessa off that boat. Before Gloria could respond, Derek guided Marcus firmly toward the waiting car. That's enough. Inside, the gala had dissolved into chaos. Guests fled like rats from a sinking ship. FBI agents secured computers, files, and financial records while Patrick Donovan and his Boston associates sat cuffed in the library. Tiffany stood in the center of her ruined ballroom, 5 years of Xanax haze finally lifting as she watched her carefully constructed world collapse. Mrs. Williams, a female agent asked, We need to ask you about Lake Michigan. Zoe gripped her mother's hand. She'll cooperate, but with her attorney present. Of course, the agent said. Tomorrow morning. Later, Gloria wandered into Marcus's study. Photos lined the walls, Marcus with governors, senators, celebrities. A life meticulously curated. A commotion broke out in the hall. Agents restrained a woman struggling violently. Get your hands off me. I need to see her. When her hair fell back, Gloria gasped. The woman, thin, haunted, but unmistakable, was Vanessa Carter.
Impossible, Gloria whispered.
Marcus said you were dead. Vanessa's eyes locked on hers. Not dead. Just buried in other ways. Derek signaled for her release. Miss Carter, we've been looking for you. I know. Vanessa straightened her jacket. I saw the news. Marcus in handcuffs. I had to come. Where have you been? Gloria asked. Canada. Hiding under a false name. Turns out it's surprisingly easy to disappear when the alternative is a concrete grave in Lake Michigan. Footsteps echoed as Tiffany and Zoe entered. Tiffany froze at the sight of her sister. Van, she whispered. Hello, Tiff. Vanessa's voice cracked. It's been a while. Zoe stepped forward, studying the woman who was, biologically, her mother. Aunt Vanessa? Vanessa's eyes filled with tears. You've grown so much. Last time I saw you, you were 12. The grandfather clock struck midnight as 4 women and 1 man stood frozen. A family fractured and reassembling in jagged, painful ways. We should talk, Gloria said finally. All of us. Dawn broke over the Williams estate, casting shadows across manicured lawns now trampled by FBI boots. In the kitchen, the only room that felt remotely normal, Gloria made coffee while Vanessa, Tiffany, Zoe, and Derek sat in uneasy silence. Vanessa looked like Tiffany's ghost, same bone structure, hollowed by years of fear. Start from the beginning, Derek said gently, recorder on the table. What happened at Lake Michigan? Vanessa cupped her mug. It was Christmas, 2018. Marcus invited me to the gathering, unusual, since Tiffany preferred I stay away. You were always too close to Marcus, Tiffany muttered. I was Zoe's biological mother, Vanessa corrected. I had a right to see her. Gloria nearly dropped the coffee pot. You knew, she asked Tiffany. Of course I knew. Tiffany's laugh was brittle. I couldn't have children. Marcus wanted a biological heir, so we asked Vanessa to be our surrogate. Using my egg, Vanessa added. The deal was I'd be Aunt Vanessa. Involved but not primary. It worked for years. Until Marcus started sleeping with you, Tiffany said coldly. Vanessa flinched. It wasn't like that. Not at first. He had a way of making you feel chosen. Tell me about it, Derek muttered. At Lake Michigan, I told Marcus I wanted Zoe to know the truth when she turned 16. She deserved it. He refused, Tiffany said bitterly. Said it would ruin his image. We argued on the boat, Vanessa whispered. Marcus had been drinking.
He threatened me.
Said I'd signed away my rights. Said he'd destroy me if I interfered. Her hands trembled. Then he pushed me. I fell into the freezing water. I nearly drowned before reaching shore. We thought you were dead, Tiffany whispered. You left me there, Vanessa said sharply. You, and Marcus motored away while I screamed for help. Tiffany's face crumpled. Marcus said it was an accident. That you were fine. And you believed him? Your own sister? I was afraid, Tiffany shouted, years of suppressed emotions spilling out. Do you know what it's like being married to him? The control, the threats, the constant fear? Yes, Vanessa said quietly.
Ido.
Silence fell. Zoe sniffled softly. What happened after? Derek asked. I made it to a lakeside cabin. The owners helped me. I called Marcus, told him I was alive. He said if I returned, he'd finish the job. And he had people watching Zoe. So you disappeared, Gloria murmured. Toronto. New name. Cash jobs. 5 years of looking over my shoulder. Vanessa turned to Zoe. I never stopped thinking about you. Never stopped loving you. Zoe's voice was steady, though her eyes burned. Did you ever try to contact me? Even once? I couldn't risk. Save it. Zoe pushed back her chair. You chose to disappear. Grandma chose to fight. That's the difference. She stormed out, leaving the adults in stunned silence. She needs time, Gloria said gently. We all do, Derek agreed, stopping the recorder. Vanessa, we'll need a formal statement later. As he stepped outside to call his office, Tiffany and Vanessa stared at each other, sisters bound by blood, separated by betrayal.
I'm sorry, Tiffany whispered.
For believing him, for the pills, for everything. I'm sorry too, Vanessa replied. For Zoe, for Marcus. Gloria watched her daughters, one biological, one broken by years of lies, and felt the weight of secrets crushing them all. Outside, Derek's voice was low on the phone. Yes, sir. Vanessa Carter is alive. No body in Lake Michigan. This complicates the murder charge, but we still have racketeering, money laundering, attempted murder. Yes, sir. The Donovan connection is confirmed. Boston office is moving. Through the kitchen window, he saw Gloria comforting both her daughters.
His grandmother and his aunts.
A family he'd never known he had until now. The arraignment drew national headlines. Power broker or crime boss. The fall of Marcus Williams. Cable news replayed the gala arrest on a loop, analyzing every frame. Commentators speculated on his chances in court. But behind the spectacle, real lives lay shattered and slowly healing. At the courthouse steps, Gloria stood between her daughters, Tiffany and Vanessa, while Zoe clutched her hand. Cameras flashed, but this time, Gloria wasn't running. Mrs. Jenkins, do you feel vindicated? A reporter shouted. Gloria paused. Vindicated?
No.
Nothing can restore the years, the trust the family Marcus destroyed. But I do feel free. She squeezed Zoe's hand. Free to move forward. Free to rebuild. Inside, Marcus sat at the defense table, shackled, yet still radiating arrogance. His attorney argued for bail, citing strong community ties. The prosecutor countered with evidence of offshore accounts, flight risk, and violent threats. The judge denied bail. Marcus's jaw clenched as he was led back to holding. For the first time, power had slipped from his grasp. In the weeks that followed, Vanessa gave her sworn statement. Tiffany entered rehab, finally confronting years of denial. Zoe moved into Gloria's modest rental, trading marble floors for second-hand furniture and laughter around a small kitchen table. Derek visited often, helping with groceries, fixing leaky faucets, becoming the son Gloria had lost and the brother Zoe had gained. One evening, as they shared takeout, Zoe asked him, "Do you hate him for abandoning you?" Derek considered. "I used to.
Now?
I pity him. He tried to control everything, but couldn't control the one thing that matters, family." Gloria smiled softly. Karma always finds its way back. Spring came to Philadelphia. Cherry blossoms lined the streets as Gloria walked with Zoe through the park. Children laughed, couples picnicked, life moved on. Grandma?
Zoe asked.
Do you think Mom and Aunt Vanessa will ever forgive each other? Gloria thought of her daughters, broken, scarred, but still sisters. Forgiveness isn't about forgetting, Zoe. It's about choosing to heal, one step at a time. They stopped beneath a blooming cherry tree. Petals drifted like snow, settling on Zoe's dark hair. Gloria brushed them away, marveling at the resilience in her granddaughter's eyes. You remind me of Vanessa at your age, she said. And Tiffany too, before Marcus. I just want to be me, Zoe replied. Not his daughter. Not their secret. Just me. Gloria hugged her fiercely. You are more than the lies that shaped you. You are strength and truth, and the proof that even in the darkest winters, spring still comes. Across town, Marcus stared from a cell window as cherry blossoms swayed beyond the prison walls. His empire crumbled, his allies flipped, his fortune seized. He whispered to no one, "This isn't the end." But it was. Because while Marcus Williams sat in chains, the women he underestimated rebuilt their lives. Stronger, wiser, unbroken. And Gloria Jenkins, once dragged across a mansion floor by her oxygen tube, now walked free beneath the blossoms, knowing one truth above all. No empire built on cruelty can stand forever. Karma always strikes back.